Hello, and welcome back to another Sam the Car Guy game of games. We're playing Reigns again, and join with me is the one, the only.
Justinian the Great.
And we're gonna carry on into the year 2031 with King Edward, so let's get right into it now.
King Eddie.
King Eddie.
You still can't say no to anybody.
Nope. So we're gonna just keep saying no until you can't say yes to anybody.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna 2 years in power. So now we're to Harry.
Okay. Must be a lizard.
Oh, it's
Don't
a
need to be
dragon.
insulting.
Oh.
On guard.
You want
I
some
don't know.
fun? We're gonna kill Harry immediately.
Okay, how do you do that?
Fight the dragon. Look how many years we're in power.
Oh God.
0 years. He didn't even make a year. He doesn't even have a blip.
Who we calling Baldwin? What name we're coming up with Baldwin now?
I don't know, Baldy.
That sounds good.
But I want you to think. We now have the shortest reign of any king. 2 cards and 0 years.
That is messed up.
And I did that for that exact reason.
Just
You
to
know, it'd
have
be
a short
funny.
reign.
It'd be
What's
funny
that?
if we also get like the longest king in this episode too, because we had the shortest king and then we had the longest king.
My guess is that's actually going to happen.
Let's find out, because we're going forward. So we still can't say no or yes, so we're just gonna keep on saying no. All the impious in the universe want to see you dead. Okay, they can kill me. The people are rebelling, and we can't do anything with it. We still have the cathedral, but we can't use it without killing somebody. So we've killed like 4 kings at this point.
Yeah.
Instead of killing 1 person. So we've killed more people than we should have if we just would have said yes to somebody.
Yeah, pretty much.
We'll get a doctor, but the sense of decay is inside of us. You're going to die. And we did. 1 year in power. So we killed Robert immediately as well. I feel like as long as we have this curse, this is how long...
Is there a way to get rid of the curse?
There is.
Is it tricking the devil or is it something else?
You have to say no. So in the year 2099, if you remember the curse, in the year 2099, the devil will come back and say, "Damn, dude, I'm gonna lift the curse." So at this...
Okay, go ahead.
At this point, the cards really aren't gonna matter a whole lot, because a lot of the questions are yes or no's.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna keep saying no to... Oh, it's Jumana now, princess.
Jumana.
They change the names on occasion. They should probably change them a little bit quicker than they do.
Yeah, because Puck was around for freaking ever.
Puck was around for 400 years. And then we actually made 14 years with saying no to people. That's an impressive feat.
You know, everybody seems to want something.
Yeah. So now we have Harry in the year 2062. Who would write them? Good idea. We'll have the person come and write them because we don't actually have to say yes to that. So your fortress is too weak. Oh well, I can't do anything about it.
I don't like
Matt?
Matt. He's a whimpering liar.
You remember Farmer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thankfully, this is the same way I would have answered this too because the man is a crook. The ship has been quarantined. It's the plague. We aren't gonna do anything, and it's the Black Death. So yeah, we screwed ourselves, and we're gonna die.
You know, something about this game. Everybody wants something.
Yeah, but that's
And-
like life too.
And like 70% of the time, the
Oh, it's
requests.
2069. Nice. So now we're in 2070 with Robert.
Good 70% of the time, the requests are stupid.
Yes.
I mean, it's like, Sire, I am a big dick, and because I am a big dick, I decided to mate with a cow. But now, because I have such a big dick, I am now stuck in the cow. Will you help?
Yes.
The devil just killed that guy. I wonder if they killed the cow too.
Yes. Jerome Blomington put the monks in prison. That's interesting. And we died because of invading armies, but you know, we're not gonna say no. We've made it this far, we're basically gonna kill 10 people for the price of one person.
10 for the price of 1.
Yeah, I bet the devil loves that.
Yeah.
We'll fight him because you don't have to physically say yes to him. Imagine if there was a move called yes, and he died mid-battle.
Yeah. It'd be the same as a move called I smell shit.
Instant death.
Yeah. I mean, you realize we've had people ask to watch us basically use the toilet.
Yes.
I mean, basically, to me that was a ridiculous request. The people want to watch you poo.
And get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, he killed us. But because it's a fun, non-war-based fencing. Oh wow, look at that. We're dating Litany or whatever his name is. So because we still can't say no, hopefully we don't have a card pop in. Otherwise he will die. And we're gonna just get rid of him right now. Oh look, it's Matt the Puck.
That's probably the best name we could come up with him for right now.
Matt the Puck?
Yeah.
The wolves, no, we're gonna have to stop him. He escaped. You're really quite useless. So either way, however you answer, Matt or the farmer is gonna go out.
You know,
become a wolf.
While I was posting videos for this, I noticed that there are other versions, there are other editions of this game.
Reigns?
Yeah. There's actually a Game of Thrones edition.
Interesting.
Now,
I guess everybody has sex with each other and then they kill their mother.
Something like that. I mean, Game of Thrones, from what I've heard, is nothing but violence and sex. So,
yes. Poisoning is spreading and becoming difficult to control. The people are looking for a scapegoat. Send the army, it'll be fine. And we're going to say no. If you look, we're already to the year 2092.
Right.
So we've almost made it to 100 years of saying no to people. Though we keep killing people, like we've killed 10 or 11 kings. I lost track.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep saying no.
Right.
So here we go. Something is not right. Kick the dog. The time is gone. Space is insane. Here it comes. Impressive! 100 years and you've never said yes to anyone. A true pacifist is a rarity. Oh, we got an achievement. True pacifist.
Nice.
I lift the curse. We
For
can
now.
say yes to people. Would
So
you
that
like
means
to
you can
marry?
make this. So that means this bald guy, King Gerald, more than likely will live for at least a few years longer.
Possible. In the year 2100. So we're finally able to say yes to people. It took 100 years. And the first thing that we said yes to was getting a wife. All right, let's follow the dog.
Nice.
Let's see. So I think if we can get him to bring us to the dungeon, we can try to trick the devil. So let's see if we can do it. So we're in the dungeon. There's no way out. Oh, wow. Just straight into it. Okay, so we're going to start with the fire door.
Okay.
And then the arsenic door. You come to a skeleton. I think you're supposed to fight him. But anyway, we're at the gold door, which we want, because that's going to give us
The key.
chest, which gives us the torch, which is what we need. So we're on good track right now.
Right.
All right, so now the acid door. Don't think I see the door we need to go through. Okay, well, there's the fire door. Well, we can do this, and we can gold door or break the wall. We'll break the wall. You have the arsenic door or break the wall. So when you get the torch, the walls near the one-sided ones, you can start to break through them, and it kind of gives you a little bit more place to go.
Right.
Break the wall. You have nowhere to go. Okay, so now there's a place we can break the wall. But we spent too much time in the dungeon and ended up dying.
That is lovely.
But the way to trick the devil is there's a special way to go through the dungeon. Devil is gone. We're stuck here forever. Are you not tired of this? No, not really. But the way to trick the devil is there's a special order to go through doors.
Right.
And the last door that you go through, did you see how there were a bunch of signs above the doors?
Kind of.
The last door that you go through will have the devil's pentagram on it, and when you go through that door, that's how you trick the devil.
Okay.
I had to look it up because I, for the longest time, could not figure it out, so Google was my friend. Now I just have to figure out how to actually get to those doors.
See, I use guides all the time, so...
Sometimes you have to, especially with older games, when they didn't have much of a tutorial, like Legend of Zelda. You just got jumped into it, and they're like, figure it out.
Well, one game that I did use a guide for that, I probably didn't need to, but, it was just, you had to be observant. I got a game that I love it to death, but a game that I needed a guide for was Silent Hill 2. One of my favorite games, and, well, I don't need as much of a guide today because I know some of what to do, but some of the puzzles are still...
So, real quick, if you see, we had odd, so we lost the game of Red Dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get odd, you lose. If you get even, you win. So there's odd again, so we lost.
Yeah.
And we'll do it one more time to see if we can win, and we didn't. So we're not going to play again. So continue with what you were saying about Resident Evil 2 or Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill 2, yeah. I mean, a lot of the puzzles are still very, hard to figure out. But thankfully, Silent Hill has this cool thing where you could adjust the puzzle difficulty. Like, you can adjust it from, easy to hard. And then there's the combat difficulty setting, too. So you could actually play the game with an easy combat difficulty, a very easy combat difficulty and a very hard puzzle setting, or vice versa.
That's neat that it allows you to change it up a little bit each time.
Yeah, what
So the-
sucked is that once the series went to Blue Mushroom, nice.
Oh yeah,
Once-
blue shrooms.
Once the series went to American publishers, like the first few games that were made by American publishers, or American developers, they actually got rid of difficulty settings. So they were basically like, screw you, if you can't deal with the difficulty, then your loss.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I think we're about to die because our church is low, but we do have the cathedral, so that will help. So, but we can marry a princess, so we're gonna do that to try to get this up. Oh, look, the elephant again. And if we want the money, because you can never have too much money unless you do have too much money.
Yeah.
The Vikings are attacking us. We should defend our kingdom from the north. Okay. There's been an explosion. Okay, save the garrison, otherwise we're gonna die. Let me build fortifications. Okay. High walls can come in handy. If you get like too weak, it'll save you.
Yeah.
Let's not have an affair with the senator and start the senator thing again. I think we've done that too many times at this point.
Right.
River will kill you. Yes. The river drop is flooding the large part of the country. We need help from the church and the army. No. Oh, look, the cats are meowing like nuns.
You mean the... never mind.
Movements of my soul are sensible and changing. The merchants are selling goods produced by the abbey. Decrease the taxes. No, because we don't really have enough money to do it. The king is 50. The coldest winter in the last 30 years. So during this king's reign, and okay, we got thrown to the dogs and died because we ran out of money.
That was kind of a disgusting sounding audio clip.
A little bit, yeah. So we're in the year 2159 with George again. It's after about the year 2100, you know, everybody's name is George. That's just the way the world works.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Your people in the north. Let's see, an affair with Lady Sewage. Because I'm still gonna call her Sewage.
George Costanza with sewage? I could see that.
Okay, we're in the dungeon again.
Does that say enter the pungeon?
Where?
Like when it says enter the dungeon, I think they put a P at the beginning of it. I'd have to look back at it.
I'll have to go back and look at that. I don't know. So if you don't have the key when you go into the door with the exit, you just kick the door and your foot hurts.
So,
Alright.
what do you think the dungeon smells like?
Ass.
Ass?
Alright, so here's the gold door so we can get a key.
Okay.
So the fire door, okay, so we need to go through there. And then it's the arsenic door. And then there's a skeleton. So we'll attack the skeleton and kill the skeleton.
Treacherous Hornet. I think we might have gotten that in the past, I'm not sure.
I think we have, yes. Actually, we have. Right, so we'll use... which one is the neutral door?
How did you discover this game?
Many years ago, I watched another YouTuber play it.
Hmm.
I don't
Nice.
know what that card just said. So we'll have to go back when we post it and pause it at that section to see what that card said.
Yeah.
The sulfur door, the sword door. Oh. There's a sword. Sword of Kings is yours. In duels, you'll be more steady and you'll be able to trigger special moves without defending first.
Okay.
That's interesting. Oh, okay, so now we're out. Okay, so that's a little bit useful. There's also something that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen Excalibur.
Your mines are not providing enough iron. It's a good thing I have a sword. We need to build a new church. We don't have the money to build a new church. Okay, we'll let them go because that'll give us some good stuff. Pilgrimage. Yeah, okay. We'll follow the dog or tell him to sit. We haven't told him to sit in a long time. If you tell him to sit, he just disappears and you don't really get any of the benefits of the dog.
Yeah.
Send the males on a holy crusade. Okay. In the process, it gives us money. Our decision. Oh, notice we're still at a point where we can't say no to our love interest. But
Okay.
because we went into the dungeon, the church is no longer going down.
Gotcha.
I just noticed that. I forgot about that.
Is that because of the sword?
No, it's because when you go into the dungeon and you come out, the dungeon has a negative effect on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you come out, it puts an end to the negative effect. And in turn, you could kind of say it's a glitch. So
Yeah.
when you come out of the dungeon, it no longer has an effect on your positive or your negative. So like if we went into a dungeon right now and came out, we wouldn't make money anymore. It wouldn't go up.
Right. Let me ask you something. What's the funniest glitch you ever seen in a video game? Or one that you actually liked?
There was a glitch that I had in the Sly 2 game series
Uh-huh.
that when I beat the game,
Mm-hmm.
it would drop back down to 75% complete. And I could do one mission in the second Jean Bisson level with all of my power-ups.
Nice. Honestly, in that game, I actually had, I actually got dropped back due to a glitch, I didn't have a completed save file. I was actually playing episode 7 at the time.
Mhm.
And I entered somewhere that I apparently wasn't supposed to, and because of that, I was set back, 3 jobs.
Really?
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
The army prosecutes the people in the name, so I don't remember what we just said.
Now, keep in mind that was actually, in the PlayStation 3 version of the collection, so I'm not sure if that was in the original code or not. Wait, no,
Okay.
that was in the PS2 version. Sorry, that was
The
when I was playing.
PlayStation 2 version had a couple of glitches in it, but it made it more fun.
The three does too. I once had Carmelita walking backwards.
There's been a couple of glitches here and there. Some of them I can't remember off the top of my head.
One of the most infamous yet useful glitches is in Resident Evil 4. You hurry up and equip a weapon, and then go to point it, but before you actually point it, you go back into the menu where you equip weapons and equip something else, and you run at basically Mach speed.
That's useful.
Yes. Especially in 4 where you're always running from the villagers.
So this is kind of a neat thing with the game. So if you notice, we are having a love affair.
Yes.
But Lady Silwidge is nowhere to be seen.
Well, that's the kind of affair you want to have.
Exactly, because think about it this way. We don't have to say no to anybody, and our people is completely locked where we don't have to worry about it.
Right now, you got to worry about your money, though.
Yeah, the money is really low, so we need to do something. We're turning 50, so at least that'll kind of give us something.
Yeah.
Bloomington is a swan. Our whatever that just said. We need to raise some money, so we're going to raise some money.
Sorry if I'm distracting you with some of my conversation. I'm just trying to be a
Don't
little
worry.
bit more.
At this point, I feel like we've seen so many of these cards so often.
Yeah.
It kind of breaks it up. At this point, we're just kind of going for the completion of the game because the cards, they definitely get repetitive, and that is one of the downsides to this game. But the game is perfect for if you just want something to do because you're bored.
Right. Well, if I was if I were to ever do like an RPG or something like that, I'd probably want a co-commentator just because some RPGs can get pretty long.
Yeah. So we're
And
50 years in power so far.
yeah. Like, imagine the fact that you have a 100-hour RPG and you're doing a Let's Play of it. After a while, things get repetitive.
Yeah, and that can get kind of boring for the watchers, our viewers.
Yeah,
And
and that's why you turn it into more or less like a podcast.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're doing here, but we're also kind of going back and forth.
Yeah.
So we're doing the Bold Enterprise, it's a slave ship. We really need the money, so yeah, we're gonna do the slave trade, unfortunately. Your people are eating too much, they're fat and lazy, you should raise the prices of bread. Okay, we really need the money, so yes. So this
People are a lot,
man,
so
if you remember, if you say keep it going, he disappears forever. So this time we'll say we'll stop the trade, though it really did hit us in the money, so that's not good. But thankfully we're able to get some money back. Church is weak and blasphemous. Okay. Give us enough power. Oh, so if we do this, you're awake in the middle of the night, feeling the bending of your back and you're old and tired. Well, this is new.
This is definitely new.
We will stay awake. Oh, we have old age. This is entertaining.
All right.
You will be able to understand or hear properly. Scared, you try very hard to hide your ailment.
Oh God, that is. I mean, you can kind of make out what it says, but
You can, and when you play it enough, you know what the cards say, even when they get that confusing.
apparently the pigeon is still,
Some of them, I guess, speak loud enough that you can hear them. Father
Yeah.
Patrick just has a very loud voice. This guy's a soft talker.
Yeah. But isn't he kind of a dick too?
No, he's not.
Okay.
So he's the one that tries to kill you. The crisis, we need to reform our religion. You're getting old, but you're...
I like your company.
Yeah.
I have a potion that will make you look younger.
Make you look younger. So we can't
Okay.
hear, but at least we look like we're younger. We're 71 years in power, 72 years in power now.
And at what point did they say we turned 50?
Like
Somewhere around
30 years.
Okay, so that means we're 93 years old.
That would explain the old age. A few farming technique has considerably improved the harvest.
Okay. So does old age go away more or less when the king dies?
Yes. And if you live long enough, the old age will actually be what kills you. Our beautiful... I would like to adorn the basilica. Something about a Peugeot, about the tax. My lord, could I talk to you in private? I know the priest will have to wait, but this is very important. The doctor enters a side room. He talks nervously about Sir Henry, who was ill the previous week. So here's kind of the senator thing again.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how you know what this is. We're 80 years in power.
100 years old, about.
No jewels. No juice. The Orthodox.
Has this king done anything that made him a real dick? I mean, he went with the slave trade for a few years, but then he got rid of it.
For the money that they ended up taking away from him.
Yeah.
She could build a hospital. So yeah, we're gonna build a doctor. Because we really don't have the money for a hospital.
Mm. So yeah, he was kind of a dick, but you know, some of the other kings just let it keep going after they heard how it was. So
Yeah.
I guess he's slightly less of a dick.
A hungry rhino. While digging for gold, we found the entrance to a crypt. We are too old to go into a crypt. Don't do it. We're not gonna go in there. Okay, never mind. We're gonna go in here.
It's
We're
the
a freaking.
puncheon.
We're a damn 100-year-old man going into a damn crypt to see if we can get through. So let's see if we can trick the devil. I don't think we're gonna be able to, because it's not going the way we want. We're too old to fight, so we're just gonna run. Okay, there's the gold. Let's at least get the key. Oh, it's a torch. Great. Okay, so let's see. Salt to arsenic. But I don't want to die in here because money's low, so let's just get out of here. See how long we can get this guy to live.
Yeah.
There's a crisis in your something. A moving painting. No. The folks of a romantic village are trace 90 years in power.
Okay. What is this guy anyway?
I'm not 100% sure. 93 years, 4 years. Why won't he die?
That word is obviously earthquake. Capital.
96 years.
Is this the first time you've ever encountered old age?
No, I've had it a couple of times. Remember, I had George the Fossil before.
Looks like you're on your way to another fossil.
And his name is also George.
Yeah, I know. You're on your way to another George the Fossil right now.
99 years. Die already. I repent. Just kill me. Oh, look at that. We now have a lock. We're 100 years in power. We have a lock on the people. And we have a lock on the money. We're at 101 years. And we're low on military, so we need to get that up. But this man needs to die. We're 105 years in.
Apparently he likes his power so much, he just doesn't want to die.
This George does not want to. This is George Costanza.
Yeah.
He just exists, and he doesn't go away.
Pretty much.
Okay, this is the way to pronounce that word, so we're going to say that, and we're going to learn how to trick the... happiness, okay. A way to trick fate, trick the devil. Okay, we'll do that. So there's numbers... I guess you have to go into... maybe you have to go into the thing on one of those years.
Yeah.
We're 110 years in power. Die, George. Just die.
Is this guy gonna die of old age?
At this point, I don't think he can die. We're just gonna have to pay because, it's not my money anyway, so we'll pay. 113 years. 14 years.
This is getting ridiculous.
What in the world what meth is this guy on? Will your stock deplete? Oh, great. 150, 16. 116 years in
Puck
power.
again.
Oh, Puck's back.
Yeah.
Damn
He's
it,
no
Matt.
longer named Matt.
This guy has outlived Matt to the point that Puck shows up again. 119 years in power. 120. What is this? Oh, when did we build a cathedral? A great fire is destroying your castle. Save the garrison because the treasury we don't have to worry about.
What happened to the people being a lock?
That's a good question. I guess Lady Selwydge died.
Ah, that would explain it.
We're 123 years. How is this man still alive?
I think the oldest a person has ever lived is like 120 something years.
Okay, well, think about it. We're almost 150 years old at this point.
Yeah, this is almost not even humanly possible. Well, it's not humanly possible. Well, it might be. I don't know.
Do you remember? Did you ever watch SpongeBob growing up?
I watched quite a bit of it.
Do you remember the chocolate episode?
A little bit, yes.
Do you remember the woman that sat in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
This George is that woman.
I have a story about that, but I have a story, by the way.
Oh, look, we outlived the church.
So I got one. I got one for you.
132 years in power.
My cousin hit a mailbox one time because this lady ran him off the road.
Okay.
Okay. So he hit a mailbox, and the lady blamed him on it, and he said, "Just have a nice day," because the lady ran him off the road.
Damn.
Well, anyway,
135 years in power.
It was a brick mailbox, by the way.
That's bad.
Yeah, the top of the...
Now we're gonna die. We're gonna die now because we don't have a treasury anymore.
Lovely.
At 136 years.
Well, anyway, the box...
And he drowned.
Well, anyway, the box... New high score, wow. Anyway, the box, alright, fell off of, like, the stone, like the brick.
Mm-hmm.
Well...
Look at how big this line is.
He said this old...
Look how big... Hold on, hold your story. Look how big this line is.
I know. I'm looking at it.
George. And he's not even the fossil because we already had the fossil.
Yeah. Anyway, this old... man comes out and says, "Well, I'm my cousin said, I don't think I could have saw somebody. I don't think I've seen someone that old before." And the guy said, the mailbox fell off again, I guess I gotta go let my grandpa know. And my cousin's thinking, how old is this woman? Sure enough.
The grandfather came out.
Yeah.
Wild. Look,
yeah.
I imagine because... So I think it was 130 years that George turned 50.
Yeah.
And he lived 136 years in power. He was almost 150 years old. Actually, he was over 150 years old.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so what I imagine is the woman from the SpongeBob chocolate episode that was in the wheelchair, that when they opened the door, she looked at him and said, "What are they selling?" And her very old daughter, who is clearly retired age and almost dead herself, looks at her and says, "They're selling chocolate." And so the woman says, "What?" That is who just ran this country. I can imagine George is nothing but a shriveled head and a spine.
One more, although we're already running a little long.
We're running way too long because George would not die.
There was this episode of Just Shoot Me. I don't know. I think many people might remember it as where they may have first saw David Spade. Okay. Anyway, it was a sitcom, but anyway, they had they were trying to get this leather jacket fixed for like the owner of the company. It was a fashion magazine, and by the way, David Spade is a pervert in the show.
Of course.
I feel like that should be mentioned because David Spade is always a pervert.
It doesn't have to be mentioned then.
Yeah, true. But still, anyway, so this lady was trying to get, the leather jacket fixed. And she kept on describing she kept on describing this person who was trying to fix the jacket. All right? And it like the more she described it, like the more, one of the characters said, "I'm starting to think this Mr. Wong is a brain in a jar."
That's really what it seems like at some points.
I'm starting to think that this guy's a head in a jar. Anyway.
I mean, George is definitely a head in the jar. So, on that note, because... Oh, and we literally had the shortest king and the longest king in the same episode. That's wonderful. That's absolutely beautiful.
So what we got going, think you'll finally be able to trick the devil?
Hopefully. So in the next episode, because we are going to end with this very long thing, because we're definitely over 40 minutes at this point, which is running very long for this episode. So consider it a bonus unless you really got bored with it. But in the next episode, we're going to try to finish the govern for at least 2 centuries, which should happen around the year 2630. And we're also going to see if we can't trick the devil. Right. I don't know how to initiate that, but I'll try to do some research so we can try to get that done in the next episode.
I will try to do some research too.
2 episodes. Yes. So hopefully we'll be almost done with this game entirely, and then we'll call it. I know we didn't start the game at the very beginning because I kind of started it midway through this playthrough, but I thought that the channel would enjoy this game.
Right.
So until the next one, because we're definitely have taken way too much of your time, pieces before pieces. But as Christopher Walken would say it, pieces before pieces.
And how would William Shatner say it?
Oh, pieces before pieces. Oh.
All right. Peace out, my friends.